Tell me about space. Talk to me. How did space happen for you? Like, what's your involvement with space as well from the get go and to nowadays?
I mean, people see me as like a face of it. You know, it's changed a lot. It's like, you know, turned into like another animal. It's like a whole other enchilada. It's had 3 different tenures, I'll call them, of ownership and what have you. There's the original. That was like, it was a space that my best friend Johnny Aguirre, whose family developed Casa de Campo in La Romana, son of a very wealthy family. I did all his architecture there. He had a space over on Brickell first, but the beach was thriving then.
Yeah.
So it was like they tried to have these like, you know, communal dinners. I got thrown pasta in my face for being involved with them, and I wasn't even an owner. I was just like I was just like there. Yeah. My best friend's owning a club, and his partner was. Then Lewis went over to space used to be further east.
Okay.
Than it is now. Forgot the address, but they knocked it down. The original owner put all the toilets full of cement. He was hardcore. He's a good friend of mine. I haven't talked to him in a hot minute, but we grew up together. I knew he hung around all these gay, you know, clubs. I don't know what was going on, but yeah, whatever. He liked the music. He was a DJ as well. His family they came here very poor. His dad was a bellman at the Fontainebleau when he got here. A Guayabera, very high-end Guayabera, you know, the Cuban shirts.
Yeah.
You know. And did very well. He just was like always with Bob Harris, the owner of all the big establishments. Like I was like 14, hanging out, and they would steal my wallet we would be at pools during the day, and they would like, "You're not 19, you're 14." And I'm like, "How do you know?" I was like, "We went into the locker and got your ID." They were New Yorkers. They knew that, they were like, I'd be hidden in the freezer when I was a kid. I was like blonde, blue-eyed. I was like, yeah, great. Put him in the back of a fish tank, and he'll definitely be of use. But it wasn't like that. I mean, I just went for the music really. But then he opened that, and it slowly, and they brought me the floor plans pretty much, and said, who the fuck should play this goddamn place? And you know Danny's career though, right? Danny was like, going out to Crisco, Larry Levan, had the whole Chicago Chuck, the whole R&B, because he knows about so much music. He started here with such a huge success. He did After Hours here down South Miami, and had like Rick Astley. I mean, they shook Liz Torres and like Rick Astley. It's like, who the fuck, right? It's like Alicia Bridges. I love the nightlife with like I don't know, Sybil Jeffries or. I have all the comp cards. He gives me all that shit. I have Sweet Pussy Pauline, worked this pussy. I have her comp sheet. Imagine. Candy J. Eartha Kitt. But that was like he had a major following. It was huge. Yeah. But he was also very like new wave-ish, because like Miami had like a really great new wave club. So like the Latins and the gays like love to go that new wave thing. And then it's like the gay club, the Grace Jones. And the gay music was good then. It's not like just like Tin Can Alley now that it's like this crap. It's so embarrassing. So I said, like, the only person I could really play this is Danny. Right? He was living in New York because he got big and then he went to New York because he was like doing these like small gigs before he got here. Then he blew up here. He was getting all these remixes. Right Said Fred. Yeah. I'm Too Sexy. I have something like he did some wild stuff. So cool. Our sister, God, was it? Shakespeare's sister.
Okay.
Well, you give me, you really break my heart. It was kind of like on the, like want to be golf. It was good. It was a good record. I like that. Cha Cha. He did a lot of weird stuff too. Then he went to New York, and it was like Twilo, and I don't know if it was Twilo yet, but it was like Seattle. On the way up.
Okay.
So the first ones, if I could tell you how good they were. There are supposedly recordings. He was so organized and programmed. It was like he had like narration through the whole thing of like people he liked their acapellas. I have all the acapellas. Like it was like, oh, happy birthday, Roxy. You know that Roxy, that trans person that does not Roxy the club, Roxy, the and ride committee.
Yeah.
Get her, and he had her doing like, oh my God, she fell in the pool. Like, he's like, or like New Year's Eve, he'd have like the countdown like 3 times at like 12 in the afternoon, 4 in the afternoon. It was so fucking twisted. He didn't even do drugs. I'm like, bitch, you better stop right now because I feel like I'm about the only public face. And I was just like a booth, like a little booth rat kind of thing. I wasn't even working there. I was kind of like responsible for like, not getting deep dish thrown out or this one arrested or DJ Vibe because, they're away from their home country and they're fiddling with this. And I don't know. It was all kinds of shit. I'd be like, I knew the cops. I'd be like, that's not a good idea to arrest like, that prominent DJ, right now. It's like, this is business. And they were just insane. I can't even tell you. It was like, it opened like, the Blue Room, and then it was like there was this. I think 2001. It was like, oh my God, it was just like everybody was there. It was like everybody whose records were being featured were there.
Yeah,
it was like going crazy.